Hello, and welcome to TigerTV News. I'm Michaela.
And I'm Tessa. Today we're going to be introducing Mr. Rem's light-duty diesel class. We get a good look at what goes on in the classroom.
To start, we'll be passing it to our remote reporter, Truman Trower, who is down in the light-duty diesel to give us an inside look at a normal day in the class.
Thanks, guys. It is a beautiful day in the light-duty diesel classroom. We have some exciting features up ahead you won't want to miss. Make sure you stick around and catch everything you need to know about light-duty diesel. Back to you, Michaela.
Thank you, Truman. Now, while we wait for all the fun Truman has to show us, let's take a look at a video produced and edited by our very own Chris Moore. This video will give the inside scoop of the class project that the students are working on.
We've been working on Jaden's truck. It's like 30 years old, so it has a lot of issues. We've had to learn how to take apart places where the tires go in. We've had to completely take apart the tires and all of that. We've had to clean out the front axle, take out the rotors and clean them. And it all goes in a very specific order, because if you don't do it in the right order, it doesn't go back together. Most of the times when we get trucks in, we rotate them, so we have to take the wheels off, rotate and put it back on. Sometimes we change the brake pads. When a new truck comes in, we have to diagnose the problem. Usually the person will come in and they'll have somewhat of an idea of what's wrong, like if it's electrical or if it got something to do with the motor. If we think it's electrical, we'll run an OEM test. And then we've got this tablet that hooks up to a place underneath the steering wheel, and you plug it in and it'll scan for codes like on a computer, and it'll look for problems. With this truck, Jaden already knew it had a few issues. So we had to take it apart, and we cleaned out the insides of the tubing, and then we looked into his engine, and his windshield wiper motor wasn't working. So we took that out, but then we had to wait to get a new windshield wiper. So while we did that, we did a bunch of stuff on the inside. We did a bunch of electrical stuff. He got the horn to finally work. We had to put it on the ground for that because we had another truck come in, so we had to move it. And then we got the windshield wipers in right now. They're trying to figure out why the wires still aren't working. So we thought we had them in the right order. The longest process was definitely taking out the parts of the front axle, cleaning them all off and putting them back together. Because there's just so much dirt and dust that was built up over the years. It looked like it had never been taken apart before. The shortest process has been installing the wires. What made us realize the problem was the fact that the windshield wipers, when you turned the truck on, they would not stop running and it was draining the battery. So we realized there's a problem there. We've been working for about a month now. I want to say a month. Hopefully he wants to get out of here by next week. And I think the only thing we have left is to take off the bottom of it. There's a piece of pipe underneath the truck, and it's a converter, and it's really, really expensive because it's one of the older ones. We're gonna take that off and put a piece of pipe on there so that way he doesn't have to worry about it getting cut off. And that should be the last thing we have to do on it.
Video that light-duty diesel is a really fun and hands-on class. Let's check out back in with Trim to see more of the light-duty diesel lab.
All right, so now we're going to take a look at this diesel engine simulator. Can you tell us what you're doing now?
So we are testing the accelerator position sensor on this. So what you do is you press the pedal, and it moves the graph. And it's essentially showing you how it works, how much voltage is being supplied to each of them. Because there's 4 graphs here. This is for the accelerator, position, supply voltage, and it's for that one, and then there's that one. And as you can see, that's the second one, third, and then the second other one is up here.
All right, that's really cool. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this for helping you out whenever working on the real deal?
This helps a lot because it's essentially a truck without the frame. It can be set up to have different problems with it. And it really prepares you for working on real vehicles.
So can you give us like a little glimpse of what it's like actually working on this simulator?
Yeah.
So to find your problem with your vehicle, you have to be able to plug this in, and the plug-in is over there for it. And then it essentially reads, and the engine has to be on for it to work, because if it's off, then there's not going to be any electricity. So then you just kind of have to pump the gas, and then these will start moving, and you can see where it changes.
That is very interesting. Thank you so much. Back to you guys up in the studio.
I had the opportunity to interview one of the former students, Chance Oliver, over Skype. I asked him a handful of questions to really get a personal standpoint on what the class is like and what it has to offer. All right. So, hi. My name's Michaela. We're just going to be asking you a few questions about the diesel class and stuff like that.
All right.
All right. So, for my first question, I was just asking, what do you do on like a day-to-day basis in the classroom?
Well, you start off in the morning while you're waiting for everyone to show up. You just kind of sit there and talk and discuss stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He'll answer any questions you have about any kind of vehicle. You can ask him anything. And then we usually go out into the shop and work on whatever's out there. Or sometimes we do online work, like homework we got to do. Most of the time it's in the shop, though.
Okay. So it's pretty hands-on normally.
Very hands-on.
Okay, that's good. What do you think makes the class worth taking?
Just the experience, really. I mean, you get a lot of good knowledge out of it, but if you go to a different kind of field, like that was light duty, I went into tractors and such, and it doesn't all go together, but it's a real shop environment there, and you learn what to expect and what to do.
Okay. All right. And then how has taking the class impacted you in any way?
Well, it taught me a lot. I mean, I don't get to use as much as what he taught me as I'd like to, but
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to cover everything, really. He just really covered the basics, and that helped me figure out how to do what I'm doing now, and it helped me get into school. So,
Okay, that's good. Let's see. What kind of environment do you think is provided within this class?
friendly. A
Friendly?
lot of jokes are said.
Okay, so pretty close-knit environment, you would say.
Yeah, we were all, best way to put it, we were all like a little family in there.
Well, that's good. Okay. What are some aspects of the curriculum that you use that you plan on taking into like the outer world, like your job force, whatever you plan to go into afterwards?
I'm sorry, can you simplify that?
Yeah, let me simplify it. Basically, what you learn in the classroom, what do you plan on taking that? Like what out of that classroom do you plan on taking into the real world per se?
Just the work ethics in there, because you couldn't just sit around and do nothing. You had to always be moving, doing something. And it just taught you good work ethic if you didn't already have it. And
Yeah.
it just taught you the basics of everything. Like if you didn't know what tools were, it taught you certain tools. You didn't know what a special tool was, he'd teach you how to use it and all that. That's right.
Okay. Let's see. And then I'm going to ask you one more question. If you had to choose one activity that you liked doing in the class, what would it be?
Probably whenever we first got there, and we would just sit there and talk and just have fun, and before we went out in the shop in the morning while waiting on a few other people to show up from different schools. Because that was just, it was fun.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Chance, for letting me interview you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There is so much cool equipment in the light duty diesel classroom. Let's head back over to Truman to get a good look at it.
Thanks, Tessa. Now we're going to take a look at what it's like working on a real diesel engine. Follow me. All right, so we have Jaden over here working on a truck. Jaden, can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing?
We had this truck taken apart. We did new head gaskets on it, so just working on getting all the wiring and everything back together.
All right, sounds cool. Here, you want to get a close-up of what it's like working in here?
Yep.
It looks really confusing. How do you know what everything is?
Just kind of we go through all our online stuff, kind of explaining what everything is, and just kind of following stuff to where it goes.
What is your favorite part about this class?
Being able to work on real trucks.
Are you wanting to go into light-duty diesel in your future?
Kind of. I want to own my own heavy equipment company, so being able to work on my own stuff.
That's really cool. If you had one piece of advice you could give to someone wanting to take the class, what would it be?
Make sure you get your online stuff turned in. It may not be fun, but get it done.
Nice. All right, thank you so much, Jaden. Back to you guys up in the studio.
Every great class needs a great teacher like Mr. Rem. We talked to some of the students about their teacher and what they do in class.
We're in the shop almost all week.
We kind of do 50-50 in the shop and in the classroom. Kind of look it up on the computer, look at if we're doing electrical wiring diagrams or just different schematics and stuff to help us figure out what's wrong.
We have to learn about the cars out there, learn about the electrical stuff, how to take them apart, how the engines are put together. There's a thing called All Data, which has a bunch of different blueprints for the insides of vehicles. It was great.
Both fun and interesting.
I don't think I could have asked for a better teacher.
And he's a great teacher, helps us with all our problems. I don't have a diesel truck, but he still let me bring it in and work on it.
As long as you work hard, you're gonna make it.
Make sure you work hard and make sure you do the online stuff. That's one of the most important parts.
My Tiger TV colleague Jeremiah and I created a time lapse featuring the light duty diesel class. Let's take a good look at it.
Time to switch back over to Truman for the closing of her tour.
Thanks, Michaela. All right, let's go find some contenders for the game show. Before we do this, I would like to say that we've pretty much wrapped up in the classroom today. Thank you to Mr. Rim for allowing us to be here and film. Oh, here's two students over here. Come on, come on. Would you guys like to be in the game show?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. So I think that we might have to put you guys through wardrobe, but we can figure that out later. So let's go ahead and head upstairs and see you guys compete. Good luck. Back to you up in the studio.
Welcome to TigerTV Trivia. I'm Andrew, your host, and today we have Jaden and Aaron. Hi guys, how's everyone doing?
Pretty good, I do.
All right, good to hear. So today we are joined by students from the diesel class, so we are going to go over diesel questions. Crazy how things work. Our categories today are going to be ratios, important dates, percentages versus other cars, and miscellaneous. All right, today we're going to start off with Jaden. Jaden, would you like to pick a category?
Oh, let's do versus other cars 100.
All right. The diesel engine produces significantly higher blank compared to similarly displaced gasoline-fueled engines.
Torque.
Oh, where's the timer? All right, the answer is torque. Congrats. You get 100 points. This is great. All right, Aaron, it is your turn.
Important dates for 100.
When did Rudolf Diesel patent his engine?
It was 1920.
The answer is 1892. Sorry, minus 100 points. Back to the board. Jaden, it is your turn.
Miscellaneous 100.
All right. What are the CO2 emissions for a diesel engine?
I don't know.
Well, that's great, because the answer is 22.2 pounds per gallon of fuel. All right, this is off to a great start. Aaron, what is your category?
Ratio is 100.
All right, at what ratio to engine speed is a high pressure CP3 pump driven? That's time. The answer is 1 to 1.
Oh, that's short time.
It's very short time. All right, it is your turn, Jaden.
Do versus other cars 200.
A recent study by Energy and Environment Study Institute determined the battery electric models have an average driving range of
Let's say it was 400 miles.
400. The correct answer is 211. All right, Aaron, it's your turn.
Percentages 200.
Not only are diesel emissions as clean as gasoline engine mandated for 2017, they also emit a minimum of blank exhaust emissions.
Of 60% exhaust emissions.
20 to 40% is the correct answer. All right, Jaden, it is your turn. Just kidding. You got pranked. It's Final Jeopardy time.
Okay.
All right, everyone place in your wagers with the money that you do not have.
Yeah.
We're broke.
All right, everyone ready?
Real life.
Yep. Oh, there it is. What was the first diesel engine to introduce a spark plug? Don't answer just yet. Hold on. Wait 30. All right, do you guys have an answer?
Cummins?
There's no spark plug in a diesel engine.
And what was your answer?
Cummins?
Well, the correct answer is there isn't one. Great. How much money did each of you guys bet?
Nothing. Broke.
We don't have any.
Oh, well then, that's the end of today's game. Thank you guys so much for joining us on today's episode of Tiger TV Trivia. I'm your host, Andrew, and we are done.
Now our next segment is going to be a highlight of all the hard work that our crew at Tiger TV News has put into this episode.
Some of our team has put together a brief behind-the-scenes look at our process of TV production, and I can't wait to see what they put together.
Gonna get a lot of dough. Anything is possible. Turn me up in the headphones. Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Hey. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Hey. I grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Yeah. All I know is get paper. All I do is shit major. Bought a condo on the top floor and the building's a skyscraper. Feeling like I'm Kobe, LeBron for the Lakers. Feeling like I'm Idris, Paul Walker, Taker. New Rollie, no diamonds in it. New Porsche, all dimes in it. I'm infatuated with fine women. Corona extra with the lime in it. Just to chase the Henny. Used to be a penny pincher. Now I'm in plenty business. Grind hard, oh God. Grind hard, oh God. Yeah. We grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all
Today we're going to start off with Jaden.
Anything is possible. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Hey,
The diesel
grind to
introduces
get a lot of
significantly higher
dough and dirt
blend
through all the
traditionally
obstacles.
displaced
Anything
gasoline
is
fuel
possible.
engines.
Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Stack that bread and by
Alright,
my
the answer
nose.
is
Anything is
4.
possible.
Congrats. You get 100 points. Alright, Aaron, it is your turn.
It really is like a family behind these lights and cameras, don't you think, Tessa?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you see all the hard work they put in behind the scenes.
Well, I guess that brings us to the end of tonight's episode then. I'm Michaela Marks.
And I'm Tessa Scott. I would like to thank our amazing crew for their hard work and lovely viewers for the tuning in on this Tiger TV News.